Hello and welcome back to another episode of NXT as we are inching ever so close to our first pay-per-view of the new season, NXT in your house. We are live from Salt Lake City, and what a main event do we have for you tonight as we have Mr. Wrestling Kevin Owens teaming up with the heart and soul of NXT, facing off against the top 1%, Ethan Carter III and Eric Young. It's your main event, and it happens right here, live tonight. But without further ado, we are not going to waste any time. We're going to get right into the thick of it, right into the fire. We are going to get this bit of action underway here tonight, and Salt Lake City loves them some Sami Zayn. Zayn looking to pick up his first win here tonight as this is his debut here for the new season. Now, we did see a little bit of Sami Zayn last season in NXT, but we didn't really see too much. Now, he's going to look to pick up a win, pick up that all-important win as, of course, General Manager Triple H and Executive Vice President Vince McMahon are looking for challengers for the next NXT Championship match that'll be coming your way at the end of the season. That, of course, being NXT TakeOver New Orleans. Sami Zayn looks fired up here tonight on NXT, but just as well as Sami Zayn is looking to get a win here in his first match, so can be said for his opponent, as we have none other than the man that is known as the Drifter, Elias Samson, making his return here to NXT. Both of these men looking to pick up that all-important win. As I said, you want to get as many wins as possible because you want your name in the hunt. You want your name in the hat for that title contention, for that championship match in New Orleans. Elias Samson, one hell of a tremendous professional wrestler. I have heard great things about him from our coaches down at the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. I've been told he has quite the mean streak, as similar to Sami Zayn, we saw a little bit of Elias Samson last season in NXT, but just as well as can be said for many people that we have here on the roster in NXT, I have no doubt in my mind that with the athleticism, the talent, the caliber of the professional wrestler that Elias Samson is, I have no doubt that he will be a champion at some point in time here in NXT. We are just about set to get our first contest underway here in Salt Lake City as the referee signals for the bell, and we are underway as both men go to the center of the ring. The tradition, the collar and elbow tie-up, shot right there to the back of the neck by Elias Samson. A trifecta from Samson. Zayn now going to look to shoot him off into the ropes. Sami Zayn, absolutely beautiful arm drag right there from the underdog, from the underground. And Elias Samson did not like that one bit, but Sami Zayn not going to take that laying down. He's got him up in the corner. Irish whip going to send him off into the opposing corner. Referee better get out of the way, and a flying forearm shot takes down the Drifter. Zayn now up in the high rent district in the early going. No wasted motion from Sami Zayn. And just as I say that, he might have taken just a little bit too much time. No water in the pool as he was looking for that front missile drop kick, and Samson is going to make him pay for it. Kick to the midsection and follows it up with a knee. Does Elias Samson, and now he could be making the same mistake that Sami Zayn just made, playing to the crowd just a little bit too much here in NXT. You want to take every single second and make it count to the fullest. As now Samson, a couple of shots to the midsection and follows it up with a short arm clothesline. Samson now in firm control of this match in the early going. Now he delivers a knee drop right to the face. Almost kind of looked like it was the throat area of Sami Zayn. Samson now going to pick him up and just tosses him away, and the legs and the hamstring and looked like Sami Zayn caught the ropes and the turnbuckles in the corner. Samson now going to pick him back up. Couple of shots to the midsection again from Samson, and follows it up with a short arm clothesline. Follows it up the sequel. That maneuver that we saw earlier. Got to pick him up in a fireman's carry now. Oh, Zayn able to slide down the back in a reverse DDT. Takes down Elias Sampson. Shot right there to the chest. Follows it up with an elbow drop. Zayn now going to look to pick up the pace a little bit. Zayn now going to look to work over the leg. And that is smart strategy. Work over the legs. You cannot stand as now, just as I say that, it looks like he's just going to pick away at every possible body part of Elias Sampson as he now delivers these elbows right to the crown of the head. Zayn now going to bring it back up to a vertical base. Forearm shot. Forearm shot. Zayn now in control of the matchup. Snap suplex takes down Elias Sampson. Now up to the second rope. What could he be looking for here? Sami Zayn looking to rally the crowd behind him as now beautiful as it takes it one step further. Into the cover goes Sami Zayn. Only gets a 1 count though. Zayn now delivers a drop kick right to the back of the neck of Elias Sampson and a stomp right to the back of the neck once again as now he drops a knee right across the face. Might have been returning the knee that we saw from Elias earlier on in the contest. So Zayn now going to go up to the high rent district as now he looks for a big splash, hooks the leg. Will this be it off the top rope splash? Not just yet, Elias says. Zayn now going to pick him back up, kick to the midsection. He's got Elias staggered. Forearm strike, stuns him. Damn near knocks him into the ropes, but Elias able to rebound. And a drop toe hold just drops Sami Zayn face first in a standing drop kick. Beautiful execution from Elias as he delivers another knee. And I don't think he took too kindly to that knee that we saw just a second ago from Sami Zayn as he picks him up and drops him across the knee. Drops him across the knee, does Elias Sampson, as now he's going to pick him back up. Look at this gorilla press. Oh, Sami Zayn able to counter into the DDT. Able to counter into the DDT. Was Sami Zayn as Zayn now going to pick him back up. Blue Thunder Bomb. Blue Thunder Bomb from the underdog, from the underground. And we could be seeing the end of this contest here in just a moment. As now he sends him off into the corner. Zayn, here he comes, charging in the Helluva Kick. Helluva Kick takes down Elias. And I think that is going to be all for Elias Sampson in our opening contest this evening on NXT. Sami Zayn picking up the win. Sami Zayn picking up that all-important win in his first match here on this season of NXT. Sami Zayn picking up that all-important win. Could we be seeing the future NXT champion right here and now? But speaking of future NXT champions, here is Paige. Well, Paige laying down the challenge for In Your House. Will Shayna Baszler accept? Will we be seeing Paige versus Shayna Baszler for the coveted NXT Women's Champion? But we're going to keep the ball rolling with the women's division as we see the Pirate Princess, Kairi Sane, making her return here to NXT. Many of you may be familiar with Kairi Sane, or as she is known in native Japan, Kairi Hojo. She, of course, is the current reigning Wonder of Stardom champion, the white belt champion, of course, over in that promotion. And hopefully we will see more talent coming over from Stardom, as we would love to have them here on NXT. But of course, the white belt champ making her return here to NXT, and we could not be more happy or more proud to have Kairi here on the roster. But you gotta know that if Shayna Baszler accepts that challenge and Paige does challenge for the NXT Women's Championship at In Your House, Kairi Sane will be watching that match very, very carefully, as we have no shortage of top contenders for that coveted Women's Championship. Kairi Sane, you gotta know, would love to have her name thrown into the hat for the championship title contention. She would love to become two-belt Kairi and hold both the Wonder of Stardom Championship as well as the NXT Women's Championship. But the same could be said for her opponent here tonight, Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke, of course, making her debut here tonight, but she has a tall order, a tall task to face, as she is facing one of, if not the best regarded professional wrestlers to come out of the land of the rising sun. But Dana Brooke is no pushover. She is no pushover by any means. Similar to our last contest with Elias Sampson, I have heard very, very good things about this young lady from our coaches down at the Performance Center, and I wholeheartedly believe, and I can say this about pretty much everyone that we have here on the NXT roster, we have no shortage of people who I believe that can carry this company into the future. No shortage of world champions that we have here in NXT, and I wholeheartedly believe that Dana Brooke at some point in time will be the NXT Women's Champion. I don't think Salt Lake City is indulging themselves too much with Dana Brooke, but I don't think Dana Brooke is the type of person that actually cares too much about the public opinion. She'll tell you that she's better than you, and you know it, as the referee signals for the bell, and our second contest is officially underway. And Dana Brooke obviously will have the strength advantage, but I believe that the quickness advantage is squarely in the favor of Kairi Sane, as we get a clean break as the referee calls for it, as now Kairi Sane going to look to work over the arm, just wrenches away on it. How about that main event, folks, coming your way right after this match? It's Kevin Owens and Mustafa Ali teaming up to face Ethan Carter III and Eric Young. A preview of our upcoming pay-per-view, NXT In Your House, as Kairi Sane now going to look for a scoop slam of some sorts, maybe a Michinoku driver, but Dana Brooke having none of that. Kick right there to the bag, and it seems that Kairi was unfazed as a clothesline takes down Dana Brooke in the corner. And now Sane gonna bring her right back up just to knock her right back down, as she immediately goes into the pinfall. First pinfall attempt of the match, but to no avail. Dana Brooke able to get the shoulder up. Not enough damage has been done so far in this matchup. I'd say it's been squarely in the favor of the Wonder of Stardom champion, Kairi Sane. As I was saying before, that main event coming your way right after this matchup. It's Eric Young and EC3 facing Mustafa Ali and Kevin Owens. That is sure to be one hell of a barn burner. Preview of NXT In Your House, and this could be a potential pay-per-view match that we see in the future. We could see either one of these women as the NXT Women's Champion facing off against each other here in the near future, as you never know what's going to happen here in NXT. I personally would love to see that at some point in time, as Kairi Sane now counters with a jawbreaker and looking for a spear, but beautiful counter from Dana Brooke. Brooke showing her athleticism, leapfrogging over the Wonder of Stardom champions. Now she's just gonna send her into the ropes. Though Kairi Sane able to rebound. Sane able to rebound in a double axe handle right to the back. Takes down Dana Brooke. Kick to the midsection from Kairi Sane, and Sane now off the ropes and takes her down with the neck breaker. Takes her down with the neck breaker as now she's right back to working over the arm. And this is what Kairi Sane does. This is professional wrestling 101. She picks a body part and she sticks with it. She attacks it throughout the match. And while you're focused on that one body part, when you least expect it, she will hit you with that insane elbow. As a running drop kick from Dana Brooke did not find a home. Irish Whip though gonna send her off into the ropes. As Kairi Sane now, that shoulder tackle in the corner. And now Kairi Sane gonna walk the plank. As here she comes with a sliding D in the corner right to the heart of Dana Brooke. Sane now gonna go into the pinfall attempt. Only gets a 2 count though. 2 count off of the sliding D. That could have been enough to put her away, but Dana Brooke able to dig down deep as she delivers a clothesline that takes Sane off of her feet. Dana Brooke now playing to the crowd. That could cost her. As I said before in the previous matchup, you want to make every single second count, because if you hesitate for 1 second or you play to the crowd for too long, it could end up costing you the matchup. That is the caliber of athletes that we have here in NXT. And just as I say that, Kairi Sane X marks the spot as she delivers the insane elbow. Insane elbow. You can count to 1,000. Kairi Sane picks up the win here tonight on NXT. Absolutely incredible. Just as I say that, a moment's hesitation could cost you a matchup here in NXT. And Kairi Sane made Dana Brooke pay for that slight hesitation that we saw towards the end of the match. And Dana Brooke knows that she got caught. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, how about that for a blockbuster announcement? Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins' opponents for the World Tag Team Championships at In Your House are the current reigning IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, Red Dragon. But ladies and gentlemen, also straight from the General Manager's office, Ricochet will be holding an open challenge next week. Now, it is unclear whether or not it will be for the North American Championship. That is still to be determined. We will have more information as it is fed to us. But ladies and gentlemen, that is one hell of an announcement. And speaking of one hell of an announcement, it is a main event time this week on NXT. as we have the bearded terror known as Eric Young making his way out to the ring first. And this man has essentially made Kevin Owens' life a living hell for the better part of 2 years, ever since the inception of NXT, the television finale of the first season of NXT, when Kevin Owens made his return and helped out Ricochet. Ever since that night, Kevin Owens would then go on to defeat Eric Young for the NXT North American Championship at the final pay-per-view of the first season, NXT TakeOver The End. Kevin Owens would become the longest reigning North American champion. Kevin Owens would face Eric Young at the first pay-per-view of the second season, that of course being NXT Redemption. He would retain the NXT North American Championship and go on to have that record-breaking title run until, that is, of course, Money in the Bank, when Eric Young made his return and pile drove Kevin Owens on the staging area, effectively taking Kevin Owens out of the matchup. That, of course, is how Ricochet became the NXT North American Champion, and those two would go on to have a grudge match at TakeOver Phoenix, at which, of course, Kevin Owens once again defeated Eric Young. Fast forwarding to the final pay-per-view of the second season, TakeOver New York, Kevin Owens challenges Ricochet for the North American Championship. A slight distraction from Eric Young on the outside cost Kevin Owens potentially becoming a two-time North American champion. This man has made Kevin Owens' life miserable for damn near 2 years, but his tag team partner here tonight is looking to make another man's life a living hell. Going back to the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, it was Mustafa Ali with a 450 splash off of a ladder, off of the ramp onto EC3 through a table that effectively took out EC3 for the remainder of the second season. EC3 made his return last week on NXT with a vengeance. I'm pleasantly surprised that EC3 is getting such a raucous reception here in Salt Lake City, Utah, despite his actions last week brutally attacking Mustafa Ali. 3 1-percenters and an attack with a steel chair left Mustafa Ali laid out in the middle of the ring. We talked about in our previous match how Dana Brooks says that she's better than you and you know it. EC3 wholeheartedly believes in his heart of hearts that he is the top 1% and that he is better than you and you know it. Seems to be a fan favorite here in Salt Lake City, though. As I said before, I am pleasantly surprised, especially considering his actions last week against Mustafa Ali. And Ali is one of the top tier fan favorites that we have here at NXT. And I just wonder, will Mustafa Ali receive the same reaction as EC3 is getting here, as he's just soaking in the atmosphere, soaking in the adulation from the fans here in Salt Lake City. Here is Mustafa Ali. As I said last week, many people have coined him the heart and soul of NXT. He had that hell of a match against Ricochet for the North American Championship last season at NXT TakeOver Phoenix, coming up just a little bit short. That matchup with Ricochet, in many people's opinions, shined a new light on this tremendous athlete. This young man, many believe, will be the NXT champion. He will carry this company into the future, and we're just going to have to wait and see as we go from a tremendous performer who looks to be the man to a wrestler who has already been the man. Mr. Wrestling, Kevin Owens, enters the building to a thunderous ovation. This man at one point in time was the longest reigning North American champion, the longest reigning champion of any sort in this company's history. Ricochet, of course, now the longest reigning North American champion. But this man set the standard bearer for what it means to be a champion here in NXT. Mr. Wrestling Kevin Owens, call him what you will. But at the end of the day, you have to call him the man that at one point in time carried this company on his back. He had a longer reign than Aleister Black with the NXT Championship. At one point in time, he had a longer reign than The Shield with the Tag Team Championships. He had a longer reign than Shayna Baszler with the Women's Championship. And he looks to get back his throne. He looks to get back his crown at some point in time. But it is main event time as Ali now wrenches away on the arm of Eric Young. And I find it very, very interesting that the opposing member of the teams start off the matchup. Mustafa Ali, of course, will be taking on EC3 here in just 2 short weeks at In Your House. Same can be said. Kevin Owens will be facing Eric Young, last man standing. Loser leaves NXT, and surprisingly, we get a clean break as Eric Young almost seemingly just taunted away at Kevin Owens by walking close to the corner that Kevin Owens was standing in, as he just picks him up and tosses him away with the powerbomb. Ali's arm caught the ropes coming down as EC3 delivers a spine buster on the outside. Ali is in the enemy territory. He is in a dangerous position, but just as I say that, he catches the foot and delivers a thunderous spinning heel kick on the outside, right to the dome of Eric Young. Stomping away at EY now is Mustafa Ali. Ali now trying to mount the comeback, trying to fight out of the enemy's corner. Smart strategy. You do not want to be there. You want to get out of there as quickly as possible, and that's exactly what Mustafa Ali is trying to do as he sends him back into the ring. Looking for a tag is EC3. He surprisingly wants in this matchup. He wants to get his hands on Mustafa Ali, the man who he feels robbed him of his livelihood. Northern Lights suplex right there from Eric Young. We don't see Eric Young break out too many traditional wrestling moves, but he broke one out there, and when he does, don't let him fool you. He may be a crazy son of a bitch, but he is one hell of a tremendous technical performer. Tag, in comes EC3. Now the double team move, as now a big double team back body drop takes down Mustafa Ali. And Ethan Carter III, oh look at this, the raw, unfinigated power, deadlift, sit out power bomb. Mustafa Ali gets the shoulder up at 1. EC3, I wholeheartedly believe if you build a professional wrestler from the ground up, that is what you will see. That is the image that you will see. Ethan Carter III, one hell of a tremendous specimen. He looks like he was carved out of stone. A Greek god, if you will, as Eric Young just lowers the ropes and Mustafa Ali crumbles to the outside. They're not a traditional tag team, but this has been fantastic traditional tag team wrestling. Keep your opponent isolated. Keep him in your corner. Do not let him get the tag off. EC3 now collar and elbow on the outside as he just shoves away Mustafa Ali. Irish whip gonna send him back in. Ali back up to his feet, and Ali could have got the tag right there, but opted not to, and EC3 is gonna make him pay. EC3 is gonna make him pay, looking for the 1%er, shades of last week, but Ali saw it coming, and Ali snaps off the Hurricane Rana. Ali snaps off the Hurricane Rana, a preview of what we're gonna see here in just 2 weeks at In Your House, as Ali now works over the shoulder and the arm of EC3. Irish whip now going to send him into his corner, and a running forearm takes down the top 1%, as he has coined himself. Ali now going to bring him back up to a vertical base, shoots him off into the ropes, and now a standing drop kick tapes him off his feet, and Ali looking to rally the crowd behind him. Ali looking to rally the crowd behind him. Brings him back up just to power him right back down. Ali, what could he be looking for here? He's going to go up to the top rope. The high rent district. Oh, this is risky. This is risky. But will it pay off? Yes, it does. Frog splash. Shades of Eddie Guerrero. And now Ali trying to catch his breath. Off the top rope with that frog splash. Shades of the legendary Eddie Guerrero. EC3 now able to rebound, but he's only able to rebound for a second off that snap German suplex. Ali in control of this match. Now going to go right back up. We saw the frog splash. What else could it be looking for? 450 splash. There was water in the pool. 1, 2, EC3 gets the shoulder up. EC3 got the shoulder up, and now the surfboard. Now just gonna drive the knee right into the back. EC3 has had back problems. He had back problems. That is what kept him out of action for so long. It was that 450, as I mentioned, off of the ladder. You gotta know that off that 450, EC3, he's gotta be having flashbacks to Money in the Bank, as now EC3 just shoves Mustafa Ali away. And now, oh, look at the raw power. Raw, unfinigated power. That is what Ethan Carter III is all about. That is what he is all about. And just as I say that, deadlift powerbomb once again. We saw it earlier on in the matchup. And now a clothesline from EC3. The comeback is on. Could he be looking for the trifecta? And he gets it off. Stomp away, but here comes Kevin Owens. Mustafa Ali gets the tag off. Clothesline, but EC3 saw that second one coming and delivers the chop, but Kevin Owens delivers the super kick. Super kick from Kevin Owens. EC3 somehow back on his feet. EC3 picks him up. TK3. The TK3 was delivered, and now EC3 looking for the 1%er once again, but Kevin Owens saw it coming. Kevin Owens saw it coming. Snap suplex from EC3 takes down Owens just for a split second. Now EC3 going to go into the pinfall. Doesn't even get a 1 count though. Kick to the back from the top 1%. Now going to bring up Mr. Wrestling. He's got him up across his shoulders, oh, but the back that kept EC3 out of action for months on end. German suplex from Kevin Owens. It's been German suplex after German suplex. We saw one from Mustafa Ali earlier on, and Kevin Owens, oh, in the electric chair position, but able to fight out of it. Kevin Owens able to fight out of it. And now Owens gonna deliver a back suplex, dropping EC3 on the back of his neck. Stomp right there to the face. Allow me to catch my breath for a second. It got turned up to 100 degrees real quick. Kevin Owens now wrenching away on the neck. EC3 back up to his feet. Kevin Owens shoves Ethan Carter away. Now gonna pick him back up, and oh, you know what it is. Back drop driver. Backdrop driver from Kevin Owens. Drops EC3 right on his neck. But EC3 able to rebound somehow, some way. Was looking for a kick to the chest and a dragon screw leg whip from Mr. Wrestling Kevin Owens. And Owens, surprisingly, has not diverted his attention to Eric Young. Not just yet. Was looking for a belly-to-belly suplex. It looked like was Kevin Owens, but EC3 able to fight him off, and a snake eyes in the corner from Ethan Carter III. Kevin Owens realizes he's in the enemy's corner, and he's going to have to fight off this onslaught from Ethan Carter. Looking for a lariat, and looked like was KO. EC3 saw it coming though, picks him up and drops him down with the face buster. Face buster from Ethan Carter III, and it's almost like EC3 is calculating his next maneuver. What else can he do? What else can it take to put away Kevin Owens. Reversal on the Irish Whip. Kevin Owens saw it coming though. Gut-wrench suplex takes over EC3, and EC3 right back into the ring, off of the rebound, and drops Kevin Owens across his knee with the backbreaker. Across his knee, looking for another TK3, was EC3. Kevin Owens able to fight him off though. Owens has him up. Pump handle neck breaker. Pump handle neck breaker, but surprisingly does not go for a pinfall attempt, and that could cost Kevin Owens and his team the matchup, as now he's just going to drive EC3's head into the canvas. Kevin Owens kick to the midsection. Could we see it? Package pile driver! Package pile driver drops EC3 on his head, but Eric Young breaks up the pinfall attempt, doesn't even let Kevin Owens get a 1 count, and Mustafa Ali is going to take down Eric Young. Mustafa Ali there for his teammate, takes out Eric Young, but it was just a split second too late. If Kevin Owens could have got the pinfall off of that package pile driver, I have no doubt it would have been the end of the matchup, as now EC3 tags in Eric Young, and Eric Young looked like he was going to go for a super kick, but Kevin Owens caught him and delivers a Samoan drop. Samoan drop from Kevin Owens, now going to send Eric Young into his corner and takes him down with the clothesline. What a hell of a main event this has been. Kevin Owens, pump handle neck breaker for the second time, and this is the man that he really wants to package pile drive. You know he enjoyed giving a package pile driver to EC3, but this is the man in particular that he wants to package pile drive over and over and over again. Owens now poised, ready to strike once again, looking for the package pile driver. Kick to the midsection, he's got him up, but Eric Young not gonna allow him for 1 second. Not gonna allow him for 1 second. It's the maniacal nutcase, the world-class maniac known as Eric Young. Kick to the midsection and snaps off the DDT. A DDT that would do Jake Roberts proud. Eric Young now kicked to the midsection, was looking for the pile driver. Kevin Owens had it well scouted, sweeps the leg into the Boston Crab. Could this be it off the Boston Crab? It's a world-renowned move. You cinch it in just right, and it can force anybody to tap out, but Eric Young fights off the pain and is not done just yet here in the main event. Kick to the midsection. Kevin Owens sends him up into the ropes. Pop-up powerbomb. He couldn't get the package power driver, but he got the pop-up power bomb. But it's EC3 this time that's breaking up the pinfall. Kevin Owens, Eric Young, Mustafa Ali, Ethan Carter III, giving you one hell of a main event this week on NXT. Was looking for a shot, was EY, but Kevin Owens had it well scouted. Irish Whip sends him off into the ropes. Kevin Owens, though, right there for the counter German suplex. It could be Kevin Owens who could be the mayor of Suplex City as he drops him across the knee. Drops him across the knee once again. EC3 just now stirring on the outside, but Eric Young able to dig down deep and get that shoulder up. What a main event this has been. Kevin Owens got countered right there with the jawbreaker kick to the midsection. Sit out pile driver from Eric Young. Sit out pile driver. This could be it. No, it will not be. Kevin Owens says, hell no, I'm not going out to a pile driver. And Eric Young did not enjoy that. Eric Young was not appreciative of that one bit. And Eric Young is going to lose his mind, the very little mind that he has left. But Kevin Owens, short arm clothesline, takes out the world-class maniac. Owens now, Irish Whip once again into the corner. And Owens follows it up with a knee strike right to the temple. of Eric Young, and now Kevin Owens going to return the favor, driving Eric Young's head into the canvas, but Eric Young right back up to his feet, counter for counter. These two men have had matchup after matchup after matchup. They know each other all too well. His feet are on the ropes, his feet are on the ropes, but it doesn't matter. Kevin Owens able to get the shoulder up. Shot right there from Eric Young, stuns Kevin Owens. KO back up to his feet. What's he looking for here? Snap suplex in the corner. Snap suplex in the corner. Eric Young now in the enemy territory. Kevin Owens, he's got him up. What's he looking for? Neck breaker. Neck breaker from Kevin Owens. He's got him in this corner too, but it's Eric Young that's able to get the shoulder up. Eric Young somehow, some way, able to get that shoulder up and give him his due. Like I said, he may be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but he is one hell of a tremendous professional wrestler when it comes down to it. Death Valley Driver. Death Valley Driver, and it is enough to put down Mr. Wrestling. Holy good God almighty, what a main event that was as we go back and have a look at some of the highlights. This whole freaking match was damn near one whole highlight. There was the 450 from Mustafa Ali. You know that had to give EC3 flashbacks to Money in the Bank. There was the TK3. And this right here, the Death Valley Driver, is what got it done. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here tonight on this week's episode of NXT. And if that happens at In Your House, it is going to be a Kevin Owens free NXT. And is that really a reality that we want to live in? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here on NXT, and we'll see you next week.